There were a number of subjects to choose from on the LL.M in public law, and there was an opportunity to pursue modules with a criminal law dimension, a human rights law dimension, or a family law dimension. I was looking to expand my expertise beyond private law, and I wanted a balance of modules with that public law element, but also with a more regulatory dimension. I studied communications law, corporate governance, local government law, processes of law reform, and disability law. I believe that I achieved the balance that I was looking for, and all of these subjects were extremely relevant in the current economic and political climate.
The main reasons I chose the LL.M in public law were firstly because of the modules that were on offer. There are excellent, unique modules on offer like local government law, processes of law reform, sentencing, courses that are not on offer anywhere else in Ireland. That was the first reason. The second one was during my undergrad degree here in university, I got to know a few of the lecturers that are working in this course, like Thomas O'Malley, Donncha O'Connell, Mary Keys, and I found them to be excellent, very supportive of the students.
The reason I chose the LL.M in public law is because it's really versatile. It gives you a really good broad range of topics to choose from, so you can kind of pick and choose whatever suits your own personal needs for whatever you want to develop your career.
First semester I chose local government law and communications law, in that I was really drawn to the course description that was outlined in the LL.M programme manual, and after speaking to the lecturers that were offering the modules, I decided to undertake them, and I found that both modules were of immense interest, and I took a lot out of the modules at the end of each semester.
I chose to do the module on disability law reform challenges because it was an issue that I'd come across often in my practice in relation to making applications for clients for wards of court and dealing with enduring powers of attorney, and I always had a very deep interest in it, so I was very interested in finding out the academic side of those and the contemporary thinking in the area.
I think it's a very good idea for people to apply for the Masters in Public Law because it's small group teaching. You get an opportunity to discuss legal issues and public law areas in depth in a kind of very collegiate and supportive environment. You get to know your lecturers, and you get opportunities to travel to conferences, and you get opportunities you don't get with other large master's programs. It's very much focused on small group teaching. There's a cap of 25 students per year, so there's a real opportunity to engage with your lecturers and to have a detailed knowledge of many different areas of public law.
I mean, graduates from the programme also have the option of doing a PhD, and it's an ideal platform if a student, for example, is broadly interested in public law but mightn't know what area or what specific area of public law is of particular interest to them. So we have had a number of graduates who have gone on to do doctoral level study, and some of them have done funded doctoral level study, and that's a really attractive option, particularly for students who are interested in pursuing an academic career later. I think it is the perfect transition to doctoral level study for somebody with a broad interest in public law.
There were many highlights in over the year at the LL.M in public law. Two stand out in particular. Firstly, we organised a class trip to the courts to visit the Attorney General and to other public institutions in Dublin, and we met with the Attorney General. To have that access to her in her private office was of itself a fantastic opportunity and indeed a highlight. And what also stood out was the high regard in which she held the LL.M in public law, and specifically she emphasised to us the importance of the skills that she viewed we would acquire on completion of the LL.M in public law. A second highlight was the completion of a submission to the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland as part of our communications law module. Under the direction of Marie McGonigal, who is an expert in her area, we had the opportunity to prepare a submission to the BAI, the Broadcasting Authority of Ireland. They later reached a decision, and to have had the opportunity to actually make an input into policy at this point of my career was fantastic.
For potential postgrads doing the LL.M, I did it part-time, and I found that the course was absolutely excellent, and my advice would be to engage with the course as much as possible, to attend the lectures, to get involved in all the different social trips and get involved in all the extracurricular and co-curricular activities that are offered, and basically it's a very, very good time. The 2 years for me and the 1 year for if you're doing it full time, it's a very good, enjoyable course.
Well, either if you're coming after finishing your undergrad degree, or if you're coming as a mature student, or if you just want to change in your career, I believe this is a good time due to crisis in unemployment. The unemployment crisis in Ireland is probably a good time to come back and further your education. And I couldn't recommend this course more. It's excellent.
My advice for potential postgraduates would be that in the current climate it is critical that you're aware of the importance of having something that little bit different, something that gives you that edge, that makes you stand out to a potential employer. The LL.M in Public Law at NUI Galway will open up a world of opportunities for potential postgraduates. If you do select the LL.M in Public Law, make the most of it. This opportunity comes along once and you will get out of it what you put into it. Engage with the lecturers. They are specialists and experts in their fields. Go to the guest seminars and you will have the opportunity to network with experts in their field and make valuable contacts for later on.
A lot of the students in the LL.M in Public Law still go the conventional route of being a solicitor or a barrister, and I think that's perfectly legitimate and perfectly understandable. But it also offers other options to students who might want to use, say, legal skills in a different context, whether as an in-house lawyer, whether as a specialist lawyer, or whether as somebody who just provides legal advice. So, for example, I would envisage many of our graduates, particularly in the future, working in non-governmental capacities or working within the state service, whether for a statutory body or whether for a government department, as well as the traditional route of being a solicitor or barrister. And another point to make there is that students who qualify as solicitors or barristers, whether after the course or during the course, can also use that qualification in the context of, say, for example, a government department, a statutory body, or a non-governmental body.
I would recommend the LL.M in Public Law for people who wish to pursue, well, actually a variety of careers, both in terms perhaps of continuing on to do future research at doctoral level with a view to getting into academic life or into a research career, but also very much for people who are interested in entering the practice of law as solicitors or barristers, because it would give them a unique preparation for that kind of career.